Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. It has been a very tense day in the markets and in the news cycle. And so I wanted to come on and help prepare all of you. And hopefully, you had the heads up like my community had today, and you were able to cash up. We received kind of a warning last night when there were orders to evacuate the affected regions. And when you hear a situation like that, you really don't want to take chances with your portfolio. So we had several sold puts that were expiring this upcoming Friday, June the 20th, and most of them probably would have been just fine and expired in profit, in 100% profit. But when you have a potential pullback in the market, especially due to something that's infused into the news cycle and infused into the environment, like a potential war, you definitely want cash on hand so that you can take advantage of that volatility and either sell puts, because remember, when volatility spikes and it's high and it's gone up already 11% today, when volatility is high, then you're going to get more premium as an option seller. And we're looking at puts now because things are starting to pull back. Or you want to be able to buy stocks at their least expensive price for the current cycle so that you can then swing trade them and sell them higher. And so my community was ready. We have a lot of cash. We cleaned up everything today and we're good to go. But if you are just seeing this and you haven't yet done that, there's a few things I wanted to share with you. One, it's not the end of the world if you're stuck in trades, because eventually the market will come back. And as long as you're in quality companies, you will more than likely be just fine. One thing to consider, though, is if you have available cash, then what you want to do is start to make a list of all of your favorite tickers, because when we get a flash crash down, or even if it's a more extended pullback, then you're going to be nervous and it's going to be really hard to focus. So it's really good if you can refer to a list you have made already so that you know what to go buy and at what price to buy them. Now, if you have the cash in your broker and you're ready to go, one thing you really want to consider, go ahead and consider starting to set limit buy orders that are lower than you think the stock will go. Because a lot of time, what happens when nerves are shot and tensions are high, we will get these flash crashes down with a news cycle that then ends up pulling it right back up. Well, ideally, you want to take advantage of that pull down and grab those stocks when they are at what I call a flash crash. We were talking in the community today and we were chuckling because I don't know if any of you remember Kmart. Did y'all have Kmart in your area? They would have those blue light specials. And when they announced it over the loudspeaker, everyone would run to that section and they would buy whatever it is. There's a group of people and they're all clamoring. It could be something you didn't even want, but you're going to buy it because there's a flash crash on it. Well, stocks should be no different, especially if it's something you actually really do want, but you want to be measured in your approach. So I never go ahead and buy everything all at once. I get into my position slowly to see if there's going to be more pull downs. I like to then average down. And then if not, if it's going to start coming back up, well, then you can start averaging in as long as you are at a fair price. So there's so many different ways to do this. Now, something that I wanted to show all of you so that you're really prepared and you can take full advantage of this, it is what I had done on a position. Actually, me and my community did this trade together, and it was on Robinhood. And it was the best thing ever because what we did, we took a position, we sold some puts when it was down, and we went ahead and bought a call. Now, we used the sold puts, the premium created from the sold put, to almost finance the call option that we bought on Robinhood. And here's the best part. When I was cleaning up the trades today, I noticed something. So we had taken out these positions in March, and they are already, the sold puts are over 70% in profit. And what does that mean? Well, that means that at any day, really, I could decide to buy these contracts back, and that's going to release the cash that's being held for the trade. Now, that premium that I keep as a result of that, that's mine to keep. And when you look at what I paid for the call, this is going to finance that leaps call option more than 50%. So it's really like I got it at half price. And then the leaps call option itself, it's already in significant profit. It's over 150% in profit. And so when you look at it holistically, what I did was I took advantage of a down moment. I sold some puts. Now, these puts do not expire until 2026. But because the stock has moved in my direction, now I can buy them back, freeing up the cash, and I get to rinse and repeat with that same cash. And the instrument that I bought with it, well, that has until 2027 to continue to rise up. So when it's all said and done with, I have an instrument, the Leaps, that has already appreciated significantly in value, and it has a lot more runway in front of it. And effectively, I got that for half price. And I used the cash that I'm freeing up now. If I go ahead and free that cash up, I can use it for other trades. Now, one thing we noticed with our $25,000 challenge that's now complete, we had an incredible opportunity with that challenge. We were able to take $25,000 and produce $5,400 with that money in just 7 weeks. So if you compounded that, that would take that $25,000 and it would be over $100,000 in 1 year. Now I'm going to do a full video on all of the different things we did to make that happen, but it just shows you that if you have the cash and you are nimble with it, you use it to make money, you go ahead and buy those contracts back, and then you use that same money to make more money, compounding along the way. The sky is the limit for what you can do. So there's so many awesome ways to trade if you know what you're doing and if you have the available cash to do it. And so I'm going to take you into the computer. We're going to take a look at the trade that I was referring to so that you can now prepare your money in case you want to do something similar with your favorite stock. Here are the positions on Robinhood that I was referring to. So if you can see right here, this is the Robinhood. This is the $40 put. It did not expire until January of 2026. So you can see right here that I was paid $2,727 for these 3 contracts. And look, they're already 78% in profit. So they don't expire for quite some time in January of 2026. But I wouldn't want to leave this open that long because I don't have to. I've received most of the money that I will receive from this trade. You can see right here, the total gain on these 3 contracts is $2,148, and that is as of today. And so once we get through this dynamic, we'll probably be closer to about 85%, and I will more than likely close this down and be able to take advantage of that cash. But what did I do with that money? Well, let's look right here. You see that it says Hood 2027, January 15th, the $40 call. So this is a Leaps call option. It doesn't expire until 2027. And I purchased it for $3,087. Well, a big part of what financed this was this right here, these sold puts. And most people will say, well, gosh, you just have to leave your money tied up for so long. Not true. This is proof right here. If you catch the right pricing and you know when to actually buy the Leaps and when to sell the puts when it's at the bottom of its price life cycle, then you can make out like a bandit. You can really be able to rinse and repeat that cash. So what will happen is all the money that's being held for this trade right here, that will be released to me when I buy these contracts back. That's going to free up that money and I will use it for other plays. I get to hold on to all of the gain that financed most of this right here. So everything you see in profit, right now I have a $5,300 gain on this, and it still has well over a year left in it. So who knows what this will be worth when we actually, take advantage of it. I may exercise it at the time, or I will end up selling it for profit. So there's a couple of different ways that I can end up exiting this trade. But the main point here is I took advantage of a low price. I had conviction in the stock. I had done my homework on it. And now me and my community members, we are going to get to enjoy the price appreciation on this Leaps without having to have paid full price for it. And that's what I wanted to show you. So go ahead and make your list, get everything ready, and study the stock. Make sure you're comfortable with the pricing before you do this. There's several videos that I've illustrated to you the best time to actually buy a Leaps call option. It's also a really good time to sell puts at the same time because it's obviously low at the point that you do that. So use all that information and go make lots and lots of money with it. Now, one more thing I wanted to share with all of you, and history does have a tendency to either rhyme if it doesn't actually repeat itself, but when we have drawdowns in the market due to geopolitical situations, due to pending war, due to actually a war breaking out, there is chaos and the markets do sell off. But usually within short order, most of the time within a 30-day period, they're back up to where they were before the situation, or they've even surpassed that. So I want you to consider that so that you can figure out how to do this and how to be able to put that money to work when the whole world is scared, when all of the traders are starting to buy put options. That's increasing the VIX, and you step in and you're taking full advantage of everything the market has to offer. That's how you make real money. Remember, if you're with me, Trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, if you want more information on the trade I just showed you and how you can do that with your favorite stock, I'm going to leave a little bit more material for you. I'm going to leave that for you right here.